Welcome, and this is Seewing Yi, and today I'm going to talk about exciting investment opportunities once again. This is a weekly VA listings, government VA foreclosures. Please click the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also subscribe to my weekly email newsletters or my website below the description, and also comment below as well. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would like to hear your situation. Where are you listening from in different part of the US? Feel free to ask me questions, and I'll be more than happy to take time to answer your questions. Without further ado, let's go over this real exciting program, which is the best kept secret in real estate. Government 5% down VA foreclosures investors, real estate investors out there in any part of the country. Let's proceed. This slideshow have many more slides. I'm going to put the slides on the link below so you could dive deeper into this video. And there were like maybe around 40 slides. You could learn more about it, because on this particular video, I'm skipping a lot of the slides so I can highlight the most important things I'm going to discuss. And I'm going to discuss 3 house listings available for this week. All right. So I'll be real quick. VA foreclosures are Veterans Administration, government VA for short. Foreclosures. These are owner-occupied homes that were purchased by U.S. military veterans. By the way, I'm an ex-U.S. Army veteran. I retired with 20 years of active duty service. I'm fully retired from the Army more than 20 years ago. And since then, I have run a real estate investment club here in California. And so I guide thousands of real estate investors just like you out there, mom and pop investors, regardless of where you live, to buy investment properties, rental properties, turnkey, entry-level homes, properties located in the best markets in the country, mainly in the Midwest and South and Southeast. And I surround my team with our turnkey providers that are providing this off-market listings that cash flow with 25% down payment in various strategic markets in the U.S., low entry level homes, hybrid markets, and linear markets, not the cyclical high cost markets in other part of the country. No, that is not our system. So you learn more about it on your own when you look at my slideshow in more detail after this video is over. So anyway, to finish up, although there are, generally speaking, the foreclosures or have the lowest amount in the history of America right now, is a very robust real estate market. We have historic low in foreclosures, and this system is very unique. The VA system, I could make the argument that I'm the only real estate VA foreclosure expert in the U.S. No one understand and know what this system better than I, because I have used this system off and on for many years, over the past more than 20 years. Every now and then, the government will release government foreclosures to the marketplace, and then we have to bid for it. Anyway, with that said and done, the foreclosures are in the marketplace because, unfortunately, there are a small handful of military veterans, for whatever reason, they go through a financial crisis just like regular folks, and they let their houses go because, you know what, they don't have the skin in the game. They buy their homes with 0% down. Things happen, disability, death, or financial crisis, or whatever, and they let go of their beautiful home that they purchased through the government because they're active duty soldiers or military branch of service, and they put 0% down. So anyway, but you all know right now real estate is very robust. There are so much equity in the marketplace, and so it's very rare to have any kind of foreclosures come into the market, and this government being a foreclosure or no exception. All right, this kind of the highlights of this program is very unique. It's such a value add. Sometimes throughout the presentation, you might hear me have an exaggeration tone. That is, you may think I'm over exaggerating some of my presentation throughout this video, but I believe what I say and I say what I do, and it is factual. 5% down payment for investors like you qualify it. I'll tell you the qualification momentarily. 5% down. And the VA loan is a vendor financing. As an investor, you're using a vendor financing, a very unique lending program, which is not out there. It's not in the mainstream. This foreclosure system is not mainstream. It's just the government's best kept secret. And this is just no lie. But you get a vendor financing loan that are lower than the conforming loans out there by the Fannie Mae lending guidelines. So you have getting a very low interest rate, few fractional point lower than the conforming Fannie Mae traditional primary home buyers rates. If the rates today is like 6.5%, you're getting like 6.1% on a vendor financing VA government fixed rate investor loan to purchase these type of government VA foreclosures. VA stands for Veterans Administration, VA. As a non-veterans, you are eligible to purchase properties using this program. There's no limit of a number of VA properties you can buy, whereas the Fannie Mae lending guidelines require maximum of 10 lending loans, 10 loans guideline. Okay. So again, with the financing is the best in the conforming market. This program, this unique program I'm promoting today and the foreseeable future may expire at any time. Government VA foreclosures come and go throughout the last several decades, and each time I'm heavily involved because I know when they come out, when they do come out, I do this kind of promotion. Having said that, there are very few government foreclosures out there, especially during this housing economic environment. So on a weekly basis, there are maybe around 50 of the vendor finance government VA foreclosures out there to be purchased in the open market. But because of my tremendous amount of knowledge in this space, I select 1, 2, or 3 other properties to discuss and to promote and to entice some of you folks out there to pursue this program with me on a personal basis. So here are some additional requirements. You must understand that you as an investor, I assume you have a high FICO score, 720 or above, preferably. And the total down payment, the minimum total down payment you require, including the 5% down payment, the closing cost, and the rehab cost, which will come out of your pocket and all that, is anywhere from 15 to 30,000. 15 to 30,000. That's just the benchmark minimum cash requirement to use this finance program. Does that make sense? There's no prepayment penalty, no appraisal fees, no PMI, all these kind of things. Anyway, so let me see what else one more thing is critical. Of course, you need to have at least 1 year of rental property experience under your belt, documented by your federal tax return on your Schedule E supplemental and income schedule. Of course, each property I promote, if you were to close escrow, no matter where I'm promoting, what location, what market, we will have a handy person, a rehab team, and full-time property managers that will manage your properties remotely, passively, very successful. So you have a good system on the ground in each of those respective locations where the property is located. So over time, you can become a turnkey, remote, passive real estate investors buying any of the locations that I'm promoting, regardless of where you live in the U.S. or in the world, for that matter. Okay, I'm not being very clear. I hope so. All right, here's some additional steps you gotta go through. All right, it sounds like you have to go through all kind of military landmines. You have to go through landmines. You have to jump through hoops. You have to jump through the obstacle course. Remember, some of you are ex-military, boot camp, right? Basic training. You have to go through the hoops. I've gone through the hoops. I have gone through the obstacles. I have gone through the landmines of military service. And now, potentially, if you want to participate in this program, you have to go through the landmines of real estate investing using this unique, one-of-a-kind government VA foreclosure filing system. And the final, most important qualification I want you to have, you need to pay me almost $2,000, one-time fee, non-refundable, so we can work together closely to help you buy one property for the fee you pay me from beginning to the end. If the property you want, you bid on it. If your bid get accepted, but if the bid get rejected, okay, back to square one. I will spend additional time to help you find however long it takes to help you find and close successfully each property for this one-time fee you pay. I mind being very clear on this. If not, please make a comment below, and I'll be more than happy to clarify to you what are some of the conditions to enter this program. One more thing, each property I am presenting to you on this video or any other subsequent videos, each of the properties you are expect bidding wars, because these properties are in the MLS. It is in the multiple listing service in the respective local area. You will be competing against other primary home buyer. You will be competing against other real estate investors from all over the country and even all over the world. I'm not saying this is an overwhelming program. Each property, give or take, all depends as always. You will expect each property you are pursuing on this type of system. Expect 5 to 10 offers per property. Expect maybe 10 to 20% above the list price of the competing offers, right? You have to bid on it. And I help you do all that. Look, working through the landmine, the government has a lot of bureaucracy. I'm not going to spend the next 2 hours explaining to you how the system works. There are steps and steps from the beginning to the end. I know it's a traditional real estate transaction, just like any other real estate transaction, but has some additional steps that you need to understand. You have to go through vending loan financing. I have to put you in touch with a vending finance lender, the only lender of its kind to do this kind of VA foreclosure. But a lot of extra steps. Can you do it yourself? Of course, technically speaking. But should you? Probably not, because you're going to be stressed out, try to maneuver through this very unique government bureaucracy. I call it government bureaucracy. And I know the system. I've done it before. I've purchased these kind of VA properties before myself, and a number of my investors have purchased over the years successfully. So this program works. It's not going to be easy. If it is easy, anybody can do this deal. All right. I'm sure you'll agree. All right, let's get back to the program. I have a very exciting today's listing. I have 3 listings. By the way, these kind of properties, within a week, it will be sold. It's how quickly it is. So at the end of the day, you need to contact me and do a free consultation over the phone, Zoom, or FaceTime, whatever, for 15 minutes. So we can determine whether you are worthy of working with me, paying my fee, and commit to working with me to make your purchase successful. All right. So that's how it is. So I'm looking at this military term. I'm looking for the field, the proud, the Marines. Remember this commercial years ago? The field, the proud, the Marines. I'm looking for the field, the proud, the real estate Marines. Sometimes I'm corny, but let's go through the 3 listings. I have to be really quick. Okay. But here it is. Again, you have to submit offers. You have to compete against those people. I have my team to help you to submit offers. These kind of properties go very quickly. You have to be very quick on your feet. Submit the offer, do all the paperwork, and the VA listing agent will help you. I will help you. Of course, we will work together to make this a smooth closing transaction. So the first property I have for you is located in Fort Worth, Dallas, which is the Dallas Metroplex, which is a massive city. Dallas is a top 5 largest city in the country, I believe. But anyway, amazing deal, $250,000 VA listing price, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, quite large. Anytime I promote these kind of properties, they are all you require is like cosmetic. We have cost 10 to 15 grand max. And with 5% down, the properties, 200,000, even 300,000. I assure you, the expectation, okay, let me get this straight. The expectation is because down payment is so low, 5% down, you expect a break even cash flow month, maybe even a slight monthly positive cash flow. That's all you can do because you're only putting 5% down instead of typical 20 to 25% down to buy a traditional investment property. Now you see the value by putting 5% down as opposed to 25% down to buy a rental property. Essentially, you are scaling. Essentially, you are benefiting. You're getting the value. You can buy several at a time instead of one for the amount of money you put down. Does that make sense? Not, make a comment below. I'd be more than happy to clarify any misunderstanding. Sometimes I talk very fast. Sometimes my accent gets in the way. Some of you out there may understand my accent from time to time, but I get it, even though I spent more than 40 years, no, more than 50 years in the US. That's right. Most of my life. Yeah, not that you care to hear about these kind of things. All right, this property, always, anytime I'm presenting this kind of video, I personally pre-select the best properties. These properties are located in A minus, B plus neighborhood. I repeat, A minus to B plus neighborhood. The first property is in Dallas, Texas, $250K. And if you look at from the picture itself, looks like it's turnkey, looks like it's very clean. It's turnkey. Then there are some slight rehabs you have to come out of your pocket ultimately, but that's down below. Your offer have to be accepted first among other competitors. Then you will do an inspection report, and then you get a handyman to help fix the property. Hopefully, it's not going to be more than 15 grand. So that's out of your pocket. Out of your pocket is down payment, the closing costs, and the rehab costs. That is your risk for doing this. Okay. All right. Some more pictures of the various areas of each particular house. And at the end of the day, look, I know all these markets because I own investment properties over many years in many of these markets, and many of my regular traditional turnkey real estate investors have purchased in many of these markets. So I have a high level understand of these specific local markets and the areas and the properties that I'm presenting, not only on this time, but any other videos, so you can see me present on a weekly basis. So I took the liberty of using the rental meter software to look at the 1 mile radius of this property. There are 132 homes within the similar square footage, similar bedrooms, and the rental comp came out with a very desirable number, which is approximately $22.45 monthly rent. So I do the number for you. I do 90% of the due diligence and research on your behalf. So you can only do the remaining 5% of your own research before you will take action to accept my program and work with me. All right. So I did all the kind of blood, sweat, and tears in advance. Okay. On every property that I promote for you guys out there. You see the value add I'm providing as your coach, mentor, consulting, as we work together to facilitate and successfully close any one of the properties that you want. Okay. So this number clearly tells me that the rental market is very strong for the foreseeable future, and I feel comfortable in promoting this property in this neighborhood, in this market, based on this rental comes alone. It has exceeded my metrics, if you will. Does it make sense? And then I look at the rental situations, the most current rent just a few months ago down in 2023. So this price on this square footage or this property, but see all this rent in excess of $2,000 monthly, that clearly tells me the typical tenant earns around $80,000 a month, a year, and they are renting for the time being for whatever reason. Maybe they're not ready to buy a home yet. Maybe they just move into the area. If they were, this kind of renters would rent your house, you expect this kind of rent. So the numbers make sense to me. I'll show you the pro forma to validate my reasoning behind how I feel comfortable about it. So this rental comes or just a parameter, which is a high picture understanding. So I took liberty also to put together a cash flow analysis of pro forma, and I put down a gross rent 2,400, which is so you can expect to get a very high quality tenant. Again, you get full property management, turnkey scenario, You will become a remote investor, people's escrow, and beyond. Right? 250. I'm not sure what will be the bidding price, but let's say these numbers are approximate. It's only estimation. So just keep that in mind. So all the numbers works. 250K. Is that the final bid price? And you get the house. For the competitors on your bidding. But at the end of the day, the rent is very high relative to purchase price. So it makes my rent to value ratio of 0.08 to 1%, whatever. But then here's the kicker. The kicker is you're only putting $33,000 total out of pocket, putting down payment, closing costs, and rehab costs. 33 grand to buy a high performing income producing income property, single family home, which is mind boggling. And you minus all the monthly debt service, minus your monthly mortgage based on 6% vending loan financing. At the end of the day, approximately you'll get a little bit of monthly cash flow, at least in the first year. I know what you're thinking. Oh, cash flow is too low. All right, cash flow is just one component. I'll be more than happy to explain to you the big picture once I discuss the other two listings for you. All right, I don't want to spend too much time to drag down the time limit of this presentation. All right, the numbers really make sense. Okay, so that's the due diligence on putting together for you. And the second property is located in Portsmouth, Virginia. It's a very robust housing market. This second listings is also 4-bedroom. It is very desirable. The square footage, I'll tell you momentarily, not important. Look, everything looks good. Okay, very nice house, very good neighborhood. Like I said, A minus and B plus neighborhood in Virginia, in Southern Virginia. I'll give you a little bit more information on the location. Nice suburban home in Portsmouth, Virginia. And I did the rent per meter rental comps, 5-mile radius, similar airroom, similar square footage. And the average rent is around the low 2000s, which is very attractive. And then I looked at the rental comps and I came up with a medium projected rent range. So all this rent is in excess of $2,000. This property is $340,000. $340,000. And so your hope is going to get a rent of this range, $2,200, $2,300, $2,400 range. That's the goal. I should change this performance. It's $340. But nevertheless, I need to change this. $340K, that's the list price at rent of $2,400. You minus all the expenses, and you'll achieve perhaps break even. That's all you can expect. Okay, the first year break even analysis. So this is a typo. It's a typo. It's not $300,000. $340K still based on $2,400 projected monthly rent. All the numerical metrics meets my criteria. Look at upper right hand corner. I'm not going to discuss this in detail, but rent to value ratio is 0.8%, cap rate 7.2%, total return on investment is 56%, which is mind boggling because you're only putting, like $36,000 to buy a $340,000 property. I mean, what's that? The leverage. So expectation is get the break-even cash flow the first month. Again, hold your thoughts. Don't say this is a deal killer because the cash flow is low. I'll give you some justification why this cash flow is not that relevant. And then, final property, the third and final property I'm promoting here, same area, Virginia Beach, Virginia. 277,500, 3 2 baths, 1,400 square foot, approximately built 1978. A little bit of monthly fee, HOA, no problem, but no big deal. But the house is very nice. As I look at the interior, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. Requires some basic cosmetic fix-up. Like I said, my benchmark is 10 to 15 grand. We don't know that until you do the inspection after your offer get accepted. If you get accepted, whatever, depending on the competing offers. And then, of course, the handyman gonna quote you how much to spend. You pay them the money, pay them during the time they are progressing on the rehab, and whatever you have to pay, that's the expectation, come out of pocket, make the home turnkey and get it rented, and get the local property management to rent the property for you. They do everything for you. You'll dedicate everything. So the homes look very clean, very good foundation, good bones, the whole 9 yards, located in a very good area. So no, of course not. On the early investing I just mentioned, and Virginia Beach is part of this economic engine. Very heavy military base. As a matter of fact, Norfolk Naval Base is the largest naval base in the country and in the world, for that matter. It's a whole bunch of aircraft carriers stationed here. Then you have the great, beautiful Virginia Beach, very highly upscale area. This entire region is very robust. You have military installations in all 5 branch of service. You have, Fort Eustis located up here by Hampton area. You have Newport News shipbuilding where they built all the aircraft carriers, new class, the Ford class, FORD, President Ford class aircraft carrier, the JFK, new supercarrier will be built, the state of the art on this Newport News shipyard right up here. Thousands of workers work here. You have Langley Air Force Base located up here. The subject house is located down here in Virginia Beach. Beautiful, very highly desirable area to live. And of course, the Norfolk Naval Base is right here. A lot of ships, tens of thousands of Navy personnel are stationed in these pockets. And then all the surrounding cities, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Hampton, and Newport News. It's just, this region is, not only military base, a lot of active soldiers are renting, and then government employees are also work here because defense contractor are all over here. This region of the U.S. is very desirable to buy recent properties. Okay, and today's is no exception. Get it? Okay, understand? Also, as I'm concluding this, let me quickly. So I did a rental comp, 2 mile radius, and I found 89 homes that are being rented, similar bedrooms and similar square footage. And the average rent on a monthly basis almost $2,000. So that meets my numerical benchmark, if you will. I look at the comp, very robust rental market, this 4 mile radius, and I feel very comfortable in terms of getting the kind of high rent you deserve on this particular property in the 2,000 range. You see all this software, this website is really good. The rental meter, terrible, strong about rental market. So you can make a very intelligent, informed decision to ensure that this property will be rented consistently over many years. That's the expectation. And again, based on the list price, the final price may not be the list price. Obviously, you're bidding over or under and competing against others. So bidding over multiple offers, expect to see this kind of very robust properties. And the rent I calculated, again, is all a mere estimation, 2,300. So all the numbers make sense and all of that. And you can get a loan, 5% down, 95% loan, which is absolutely mind-boggling how you can leverage so well. And based on the gross monthly rent and underlying debt service, as you can see, taxes, insurance, property management fee are 8 to 10% of the rent. The whole 9 yards, the maintenance factor, the vacancy factor, I incorporated all of these numbers. At the end of the day, you will have a little bit of cash flow. So that should meet your expectation, at least for the first year. Now, you are getting, okay, let me conclude this for the next 10 more minutes. So you can have vanity financing, 5% down, so you can have 95% loan. This is absolutely amazing. It's using OPM, other people's money. You're getting this fixed rate 30-year rate mortgage, the VA, which is amazing. Any kind of mortgage, getting a mortgage to leverage your wealth is a key to achieving financial freedom using real estate. So 30-year fixed rate mortgage, it is the financing, greatest invention since apple pie, sliced cheese, whatever. A mortgage is an inflation-induced debt destruction. We use good debt wisely, multiple times over. That's how you create financial freedom in real estate, through the power of leverage, the power of OPM, other people's money, the lender's money. Now, I'm not going to go over this numerical chart. Suffice to say, you could reap the benefit, not necessarily the first year's a wash, but the key is your rent is expected to increase to 5%. Yes, you may get no cash flow the first year, maybe even break even, maybe even slight negative. You have to think big picture. You buy this kind of property for the long term, 10 years or more, buy it in the whole. Each year, you go to this software. I use propertytracker.com software, and you set the assumptions as I said here. Every year you see some numbers to much better. You're really going to increase over time. So year second, year third, you can see some real benefit of the third and fourth and fifth year. Okay. So you need to stay focused, stay disciplined, knowing that your long-term investment gradually will see better numbers. What kind of better numbers? Your rent going to go up, then your cash flow going to go up, your passive income going to go up, not as much as your taxes, insurance, and all the debt service you have to pay. But the beauty is, not only that, your rent will go up, the mortgage will be systematically paid down because your tenant is making you rich. Your tenant systematically can pay down your debt. So your debt going to increase over time. So this means that the value, you will get 5% appreciation annually as an assumption I made. So therefore, your market value will grow, your loan balance will decrease, and your equity will increase because your loan to value gets spread lower and lower. So every year, tracking investments, you can get better cash flow, higher appreciation, equity growth, lower loan balance. You have a lot of equity to play with down the road. All those multiple benefits, tax benefit also, which I haven't talked about it. So many different ways you can make money. At the end of the day, you invest over time. You invest for long. You go from whatever you make right now, $50 per hour, $100 per hour. You work 40 hours per week, perhaps. In about 10 years, you will buy multiple properties over time, right? One rental at a time. Over the course of 10 years or more, now you're working hard. You could be working smart. Now you're making $100 per hour, working slaves away in a rat race. And then in the future, when you scale rental property, whether it will be via foreclosures or other type of rental property, you will accumulate as you then eventually, who knows, 10 to 15 years, you could go from $100 per hour right now to $10,000 per month per hour of income property. Okay. You could work from 40 hours to 1 hour because your real estate portfolio will be turnkey. You do very little work. Okay. Trust me. So your W-2 of $28,000 salary right now will become $10,000 monthly passive income through your real estate portfolio. Okay. Just off the wall formula that I create for my investors over the years. You buy my formula could be more, could be less. Buy 10 rentals, retire in 10 years, and live off $10,000 in monthly net cash. 10, 10, 10. Okay. And I'm not going to touch over this too much because the video has already gone way too long. But then read about it on your own. My slideshow at the body of the description. Power of OPM, the power of leverage, the power of other people's knowledge, OPK, OPL, other people's labor, all those handymen, all those people. You're not going to do any TNT, no tenants toilet. Your hands will be clean. Okay. So you can delegate far away from this kind of properties, 2,000 miles away, 1,000 miles away. You can do this remotely, passively. And so how you design your portfolio takes time, of course, but then you read this on your own to make a different way to leverage, cash out refinance, equity, all these kind of things. Or most important of all is your single family residential investing methodology. Your income property is history's most powerful and proven multi-dimensional real estate asset class. It is the world's greatest wealth building investment vehicle. You get paid 5 different ways, not just to live with the cash flow. Your first year, I know that's may not be attractive to you when you look at the pro forma for the first year, but you look by the total return over the next 5, 7, 10 years, and even beyond. When you have the discipline and the commitment to overcome any short-term challenges associated by not just being foreclosures, but any kind of investment properties, you can come out ahead. Right? You have to show a lot of positive attitude, a lot of commitment, a lot of dedication. Don't give up attitude. So at the end of the day, you probably get paid multiple ways, like I said, right? Powerful cash flow, tax benefits, appreciation, leverage through loans, and loan pay down by the venture. No other asset class are similar. to single family home residential investing. Nothing, no one asset class is comparable because the other investments are very risky. They don't have leverage. It's just, and the rental property over time, depending on what you buy, you can convert your long-term rental into a short-term rental if the local area provides. Or as a mid-term rental, renting for 1 month to less than a year. Mid-term rental is up and coming asset class. You'll know more about it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and log into my website also. So there are so many different ways you could recharacterize your house. You could upgrade your house, add bedroom, collect more income, to change your rental into owner-occupied property. In the future, you can convert into a vacation home. You can sell some of your rental property to do a 1031 tax-free exchange or not pay taxes. You can do a cash-out refinance. Equity you're going to grow in the next few years. You can leverage and buy more properties coming from. So it's all the power of leverage. So many different ways. All right. And I leave you with Warren Buffett, the great legendary stock market investor, the great Warren Buffett, the old man. He said years ago, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. A lot of people are very fearful right now. So you need to act like a contrarian. You need to be greedy in a good way, of course. Be greedy, take action while everybody is scared and sitting on the sidelines. So you have to become a very, very good investor. So anyway, these videos have taken much longer than I would like because I'm showing 3 great listings. These great listings will come and go very quickly because everything in this system requires a lot of urgency. All right. So if you see a lot of value from this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done so already. And finally, please also register your email quickly into my website below. So you could drop an email into my subscription so you can receive a weekly turnkey investment newsletter. Once you join my network, my Real Estate Investment Club, you can receive free real estate market updates for investors. And you'll see other people I invite to my channel to discuss about all areas of real estate. And basically, so we help investors invest out of state. This is our specialty, and we connect you with experienced real estate agents, experts within our network, hottest markets in the country, including via foreclosure system. Regardless of where you live, you can invest profitably, cash flow properties in robust entry-level markets in the country and have to do the work for you. And while you work remotely, passively, enjoy your massive portfolio to achieve your financial dream. Thank you so much. This is Seewing Yi. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.